So if we ask for a postponement, you will have to physically be there. And if we ask for a postponement, even if we're granted, they will take you into custody because of this ridiculous warrant. We can see how much they want you. And once they take you into custody, no matter how much money that you give us, there are emergency maneuvers that we could finagle to get you out, okay? But that we would still need 2 to 3 days at least in order to do that. And within those 2 or 3 days, we would not doubt at all that you would be killed. And I will tell you that in this particular jail and in this particular county, there are 3 cases being adjudicated for wrongful deaths.
Accidental deaths?
Yes, in this particular jail. Okay, and
you say wrongful deaths? Supposedly accidental deaths?
One that they said was a suicide that was investigated and found to not be a suicide, and then the FBI came in and helped cover up. On my website, I have listed some of the articles and research. I'm in the process of developing, but I have Valerie Carlton, www.valeriecarlton.com, ValerieAnnCarlton.com, and www.vljc.org. Again, I'm in the process of building, but it will be on my website. And
okay, well, thank you.
Okay. So what I wanted to explain is that when I didn't go to that trial on the 13th, high recommendations from many attorneys, and what these attorneys were saying to me is they said, you need to get the media and you need to get the United States attorneys on board. You need to build a website and a presentation of who these people are, what they did, all of your clear evidence, so that you can go to the United States Attorney's Office, present them with who they need to prosecute and investigate, and that you really need to be a federal witness.
And this was the 13th of August?
And this was the 13th of August. And so rather than go to the trial, I went deeper underground, have been building the website, building the documentary, talking to different media people, and now I'm on the 10 most wanted list in Harford County. Understand that I'm an innocent woman. I mean, I have to laugh. I mean, it's beyond innocent. I was trying to advocate for my child for years, all public record. And that there are fugitive task forces looking for me, which I also don't understand if I'm not a fugitive. On the most wanted list, it states that that I'm being charged with, I believe it's assault, second-degree assault, and contraband, which of course doesn't state what that contraband is. Which actually, what that was that while I was incarcerated, they tortured me and they damaged some fingers in my right hand that I don't have use of. So I would take my security pen and I'd wrap tissue around it so that when I would write, it would be softer on my hand. That alteration of prison issue is what they're calling contraband. But when you see the 10 most wanted list, nobody knows what that means. They could think that it's contraband explosives or something and that I'm some hunted terrorist. You would think 10 most wanted. Okay? So the point is that you already have stated that it's highly suspicious of what happened with the Noel Pross. You have not seen the legal documents, and every attorney that does says your life is in jeopardy. Now they have me, an innocent woman, on the 10 most wanted, and even if I wasn't innocent of second-degree assault, would you really have state fugitive task forces and SWAT teams hunting someone who's only charged with second-degree assault? My husband was convicted of second-degree assault. There were inmates who spit on officers and were convicted of second-degree assault. People don't have SWAT teams after them for second-degree assault.
All right, and what's today's date for the record?
And today's date is, what is this, December 2nd? 19, no, gosh, 19, December 2nd, 2010. Thank you.
Okay.
So, I have a lot more information about the particular county officials, the particulars of how they are related or connected to my ex-husband, and even how the state prosecutors and certain other social service state agents collaborated with my ex, Yakov. Even with the Judds, my family, Dr. Judds, I also have evidence of even canceled checks. Not canceled checks, but, you know, checks that have gone through with payments. This is quite large, and I am innocent, and my daughter is currently alone, and I'm sure still being molested, and I'm sure still being assaulted, and I can only imagine her mental state after being separated from her mother for almost 2 years now. I know that she was told that I murdered her brother. I know that she was told that I have molested at least 9 children. I know that she has been abused and made fun of, insulted, assaulted, and she's only 8 years old. My advocates have tried to go to Child Protective Services, which is the biggest travesty in America right now, because people don't realize that actually truly Child Protective Services is a government unto themselves. You cannot break it. There is no appellate system. If Child Protective Services has their own courts. So if Child Protective Service agent deems that you are unfit and brings it to their court system, and their judge, in essence, incriminates you, there is no due process. There is no appellate system. And this has been a problem because, similar to our judicial system, you can't convict 2 people for the same crime. So the fact that they've convicted me of molesting my daughter, which I clearly haven't, and our regular judicial system even has null pros me on those charges, the Child Protective System still has incriminated me and convicted me. So now when the advocates present evidence of what the father has done, that I'm clearly innocent, therefore at the very least psychological abuse with the alienation and falsification of evidence, but that we also have evidence that my daughter truly was being molested, which is why she showed the signs of having, you know, been molested, they will not do anything. That Child Protective Services has found their man, or woman, so to speak, and closed the case, while my daughter continuously gets abused and deteriorates. So I am alive and fighting and here with you, not for myself, but because I have a son in the ground and his murder is completely covered up, and I have a daughter who is being molested and psychologically tortured, much less abused, and I would like some relief for her, and then I can go to my grave in peace.